Hi students, today I am here with the video for class 11 informatics practices. We are going to start today chapter number 2, that is emerging trends. So let us learn which new trends are there in market in IT field, or we can say the technology field. Let us start with our chapter Introduction to Emerging Trends. The computers have been around for quite some time now. New technologies and initiatives emerge with each passing day. In order to understand the existing technologies and have a better view of the developments around us, we must keep an eye on the emerging trends. Many new technologies are introduced almost every day. Some of these do not succeed and fade away over time. Some of these new technologies prosper and persist over time, gaining attention from users. Emerging trends are the state-of-the-art technologies, which gain popularity and set a new trend among users. In this chapter, we will learn about some emerging trends that will make a huge impact in the future, of course, on digital economy and interaction in digital societies. So let's start with this chapter by a very interesting topic, that is artificial intelligence. That all people are aware with this topic nowadays, and it is very famous or very popular, we can say. This is artificial intelligence. Let us start. First point: have you ever wondered how your maps in your smartphone are able to guide you to take the fastest route to your destination by analyzing real-time data, such as traffic congestion? Have you noticed? On uploading a photo on a social networking site, has it ever happened that your friends in the photograph were recognized and tagged automatically, that some squares are coming over there for tagging? These are some of the examples of application of artificial intelligence. The intelligent digital personal assistants like Siri. Do you know Siri? Siri for iPhone. Then Google Now, Cortana, Alexa you may be knowing for Amazon Alexa. See, there's some icons I have kept over here. First is of Siri, second is of Google Now, and then third one is there Amazon Alexa, are powered by artificial intelligence, that is AI. So let us see that in continuation with that, artificial intelligence endeavors to simulate the natural intelligence of human beings into machine, thus making them behave intelligently. An intelligent machine is supposed to imitate some of the cognitive functions of humans, like learning, decision making, and problem solving, in order to make machines perform tasks with minimum human intervention. They are programmed to create a knowledge base and make decisions based on it. AI system can also learn from past experiences or outcomes to make new decisions. Now, in short, I have explained you about artificial intelligence. Let us see one of the part of artificial intelligence is machine learning. You can understand here three different parts are shown. First is there very big circle, or we can say ellipse, is shown here. Artificial intelligence, any technique that enables computer to mimic human intelligence. Mimic means behave, act like, using logic, if then rules, decision trees, and machine learning, including deep learning. So let's see what is machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that includes abstruse statistical techniques that enables machines to improve at tasks with experiences. The category includes deep learning. What is meant by deep learning again in that? The subset of machine learning composed of algorithms that permit software to train itself to perform the task like speech and image recognition by exposing multi-layered neural networks to vast amounts of data. Okay, this one by one point we are going to learn in this same topic or same lesson. Let us see one by one thing there. Machine learning. So in that photograph you can understand something is shown with the help of this robot. In normal language, what we can say the machine learning means the machine is learning, or we can make the machine learning, or we are teaching to the machine how to behave, how to do perform any task. So that is called as a machine learning. Machine learning is a subsystem of AI, artificial intelligence, wherein computers have the ability to learn from data using statistical techniques without being explicitly programmed by a human being. It comprises algorithms that use data to learn on their own and make predictions. These algorithms, called models, are first trained and tested using a training data and testing data respectively. After successive training, once these models are able to give results to an acceptable level of accuracy, they are used to make predictions about new and unknown data. Means the machine is taught by programming, given some instructions how to behave, what to do in which condition, in which situation. So we can say the programmed are given, instructions are given, as per that machine will behave, and whatever past activities are there of that machines, that will be stored in the machine, and as per that the decisions will be made. Let us see the next part, that is natural language processing, NLP. So this NLP we are going to see now. The predictive type of features of search engine that helps us by suggesting the next word in the sentence while typing keywords, and the spell checking features are examples of natural language processing, that is NLP. So it deals with the interaction between human and computers using human spoken language such as Hindi, English, etc. So for this NLP, you can understand when we are searching something on the Google. Okay, in that any search engine, I am not saying about only just Google, any search engine when you are searching, so when you are starting to type in that search box something, so that time as soon as we start to type, automatically below that some list comes. Okay, in that list some items are there, the words are there, some phrases are there that are same as which we are going to type, or some options, alternatives are there as per our keyword which we are giving for searching something. So this is one type of NLP, means natural language processing work. Let us go ahead of that. In fact, it is possible to search the web or operate or control our devices using our voice. Speech recognition we can say, or voice recognition. All this has been possible by NLP. An NLP system can perform text to speech and speech to text conversation as depicted in figure. You can see there one person is speaking and the machine is listening and behaving as per that. So this is called as voice recognition or speech recognition things. So machine translation is a rapidly emerging field where machines are able to translate text from one language to another with fair amount of correctness, like Google Translate. If you search on Google Translate, you will get immediately that you put there any language material or matter or text or paragraph, immediately next box you have some options of any other language. Many languages are available. Just select the language, you will get your text material in that particular language automatically. with some fair corrections. Another emerging application area is automated customer service, where a computer software can interact with customers to serve their queries or complaints. You may have some ideas about call centers or support systems, like suppose you have purchased any device, any machine, electronic appliances, and when you are calling to that support system or their call centers, sometime that machine means some machinery voice, or that voice is of human only, but the system is available there or present that side, that is called as NLP system. That NLP system is guiding us regarding our whatever problems, queries are there, and whichever queries are asked, that machine is tries to give the solutions on that. So this is the programmed thing that is called as NLP. So let us move ahead. Now next topic is immersive experiences with the three-dimensional, that is 3D videography. The joy of watching movies in theaters has reached to a new level. Video games are also being developed to provide immersive experiences to the player. Immersive experiences allows us to visualize, feel, and react by stimulating our all senses. It enhances our interaction and involvement, making them more realistic and engaging. Immersive experiences have been used in the field of training, such as driving simulators. It is shown in the figure, one person is trying to drive, but he is not sitting in actual vehicle. That is a simulator, driving simulator program. So this flight simulator also like that, same way, because it is not easy to allow the learned or learning pilot, new person who is going to learn how to drive the plane or how to use it. So for them we cannot give or we cannot hand over the original plane, real plane. So for them such kind of softwares are made with the help of some hardwares. With the help of that they can learn. The situation is created in that how we are going to drive on the road or even in the air. So this is called as simulators, maybe driving simulators or flight simulators. With the help of that, these trainers are giving training to the pilots and new drivers. So this is very good and no risk in that. So immersive experience can be achieved using virtual reality and augmented reality. There are two type of immersive experiences: virtual reality and augmented reality. Let us see one by one. Virtual reality, you people are well aware about this one. VR cameras, you know very well. So virtual reality means what exactly? We are going to just see that now. Everything that we experience in our reality is perceived through our senses. From this came the idea that if we can present our senses with made up or non-real information, which are human made, our perception of reality would also alter in response to that. Virtual reality is a three-dimensional computer generated situation that simulates the real world. That is not the real, virtual. Abhasi, okay, we are saying in Hindi it is abhasi, kalpanik, that also can be said. The user can interact with and explore that environment by getting immersed in it while interacting with the objects and other actions of the user. You can see in the photograph that pictures are shown here. You can understand what is meant by virtual reality. Okay, next part of the virtual reality only, we'll just check it out. See that one VR headset is there wearing by that person. Now by that you can understand that VR device At present, it is achieved with the help of VR headsets in order to make the experience of VR more realistic. VR means virtual reality. It promotes other sensory information like sound, smell, motion, temperature, etc. It is a comparatively new field and has found its applications in gaming. In figure you can see that person is wearing that VR headset. In gaming, military training, medical procedures, entertainment, social science and psychology, then engineering and other areas where simulation is needed for a better understanding and learning. So this is very important part of the virtual reality VR headset. Let's see the second part of augmented reality, the superimposition of computer generated perceptual information over the existing physical surroundings is called as augmented reality, AR. It adds components of the digital world to the physical world along with the associated tactile and other sensory requirements, thereby making the environment interactive and digitally manipulable. For example, in the photo it is shown, you can see there when the person is keeping our smartphone in front of that any area with the net, of course, then you are getting some ideas about that particular area. Suppose hotel is there, its rating, also its distance, its quality, then grocery store, restaurant, means it is a guide for us. We can say the augmented reality means whatever physical world is there, in that with the help of this augmented reality app you will get some extra digital world's idea. It means digitally you are knowing which things are available in surroundings. So by that you can understand very easily. Users can access information about the nearest places with reference to their current location. Then they can get information about places and choose on the basis of user reviews. With the help of location based AR app, augmented reality app, travelers can access real time information of historical places just by pointing their camera viewfinder means that lens, camera viewfinder to subjects as depicted in the figure. You can easily understand by the figure. Location based AR apps are major forms of AR apps. So this way you can get the information, detailed information about your surroundings. It is very easy and a very nice technology has emerged out along with the virtual reality. Let us see, one quote is there: unlike virtual reality, the augmented reality does not create something new. Virtual reality is showing you the new world. You are also the part of that world virtually. But in augmented reality, it does not create something new. It just alters or augments the perception of the underlying physical world through additional information. It just gives you additional information about your surrounding physical world through digital media. So here I am going to stop this video. My dear students, watch this video very carefully. Try to understand. This is the new technology era nowadays, and we all should know whichever new trends are coming in the market, new updations, new technology is coming in market. So we should be always aware about it, and I hope that you people are really techno savvy people. So 100% you will check out which are the new updates in today's market. So stay home, stay safe and stay happy. Next video I will bring very soon with next part of this chapter. Till that time, do study. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to see more videos like this and be connected with me for the new trends in market. So till that time, bye bye.